How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Good morning, almost afternoon. We are going to do another Retroid Pocket Mini live stream here. This really is more just a casual stream. I'm not going to get too heavy into stress testing, although I will be taking your requests. So if there is something you want me to show, I will do my best to oblige. It's just going to be me today, no production team, no Mr. Tech Daddy, but we are going to do a hands-only time. And thank you for joining us. Okay, how's everyone hear me okay? Everyone see me okay? You're going to be my production crew today. All right, let's get the chill going. It's going to be a chill stream. Live chat, how you doing? Okay, all right. We got a affirmation there. We're gonna go again. Yeah, just to set expectations right. This is going to be a chill Sunday stream. We're not going to be going crazy with comparison testing against RP4 or anything like that. So I just want to not disappoint you right off the bat. If you want to chill and hang and play some 4-3 games, take a look at that beautiful OLED screen. This is the place to be today. The beep. Thank you. All right, 2 stubs up. We are good to go. I want to report back on a few things. So one thing is I was playing this late last night until probably 3 in the morning because I'm a YouTuber and we don't sleep. And I went ahead and put it to sleep. It was at 80% battery when I went to bed. I had Evoland running here. And I'm happy to report I was at 80% 8 hours ago. 8 hours later, now I'm at 78%. So there was only a 2% battery drain overnight, which is really nice to see for Android. Android really sips battery life. And I think Android 10 just is a nice spot to be if you're focused on battery life. Also wanted to report too, I tried out other SD cards, and unfortunately all of them equally have the same kerfuffle there, where they're all going to show just a little bit of a lip there for my unit. Other units, other review units I've seen do not have this. So this is just a one-off on my unit. Hey, Todd. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you saw my video yesterday, right? It's pretty Hadoukenable. Not that I'm the best judge for Hadoukens, but it was pretty easy for me. This is the same D-pad, you saw on the other Retroids. Get this over there. I'll get my volume up a bit. So, and the other part I wanted to say about this stream is that today I want to show how I'll be actually using this device. Because me personally, I am not going to be playing probably the latest, greatest, stress testing everything on this chipset. This really is just a beautiful AM OLED display for retro gaming for me. And so I've never played through Evoland. This is a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time, but I would say this is like the ideal screen for it. It's just, look at those pixels. It's just so clean. Let's get this. And surprisingly, I've been playing this all weekend long, and I've been able to hold this one a long time. This is not one that I've had hand cramping on, believe it or not. I really expected to have hand cramping and sort of give up on this in a few days, as with a lot of minis for me. It's like I come back to them and they're cute and they're quaint, but they're not daily drivers. This one so far has not been hand cramping. Just the particular ergo choices they made here for the design. It might look ugly to you, but my God, is it comfortable. Like, it's just so lightweight and comfortable. That is why I keep returning to it. That and the screen. I am, after using it as well, I'm okay with the front glass. It's not picking up smudginess, although I'm sure you just can't see it. I'm sure it's there. And it feels, I mean, it doesn't feel slick. Like, this is a nice glass that they're using here. And we should do a battery check as well. So I'm at 73% now. We started the stream probably about 74%. And Travis, yeah, if you use NetPlay, you could probably do some multiplayer there. Bluetooth, you may, well, I don't want to speak out of turn here. We could get a controller out and maybe poke around a bit at that. In fact, why don't we start that out with that, because I didn't do that in my review. So here is the 8BitDo Pro 2. This is the one with the Hall sticks. Picked it up from the Actness store. Let's turn on the Bluetooth. Pairing. Where's the pair button in this one? Oh, it's up here, I think. What is a BAP? I don't know what that is. 8BitDo Pro 2. Hey, would you look at that? Okay, so yeah, you should be able to pair your Bluetooth controllers, dock this bad boy, and then do some multiplayer gaming. No problemo. You know what? Now that we have the controller, get rid of my silly thumbs. People don't want to see my big hands here. Let's just zoom in. Get my props there. And is the music volume too loud? Background music helps keep me energized a little bit. Thanks for sending me a doc, Todd. I really appreciate Todd there. Thank you, sir. Yeah, he's getting me set up. We're doing real stuff. Satiric, yep. The Pro 2 is awesome. I don't have the Retroid dock specifically. But I do have this GuliKit SNES dock, which we used in the last live stream, and video output worked really well. It just did 4.3 and turned the screen off. Let me get my better seeing glasses on. Stubbs vision activate. Okay, people really do want to see PS2 and stuff. Okay, so we can start off with a little PS2. But what am I going to be doing with this? I'm probably not going to be playing as much PS2 on here. I have a lot of retro backlog to get through, okay? So, like, it's going to be... I'm talking, like, Game Boy Color and NES. I'm talking very low-end stuff. It's just so beautiful on the screen that, you know, I want to get those retro achievements, and that's a lot of fun for me. But I also want to fulfill requests during the stream, and so we'll do a little bit of both. Shadow of the Colossus, yeah, sure. So now this is set up properly. Everything's optimized on it. We're at a 2x resolution and running Nether SX2 latest alpha. Teeny tiny numbers there, but just watch for any red, for the color changing to red, for dips. And we also are running, as far as performance goes, we're running at a standard performance mode right now with the smart fan. But for this, we probably do want to bump it up at least to performance. I did not see a necessity to go to high performance. You don't need to cap out the CPU 100% of the time. It's going to reach those same levels in performance. Just the governor is going to take a minute to ramp up to that level. And that's okay because we want to preserve battery life. And smart fan is going to be okay unless we really start to throttle the CPU at all. Then we can hit it in sport mode. Yeah, okay, so if you want to know, battery life is starting out this game at 72%. What was the move? We put the sword up towards the sky in the field here, and it gets all screwy. Okay, let's see. Rob always says that if you reflect this off the field, you're going to get some dips. And yeah, we do see a little bit. Right there. You see it? And so we have to wonder, do we need to drop this to 1x? Let's try like a 1.75. And we're in Vulcan. Okay, let's do that move again. Okay, so 1.75, it looks like that corrects the issue there. And I'm going to switch to game audio. Now, if you hear the audio stutter and blip in and out, okay, that is the noise suppression on my microphone because I have a lot of background noise. I have dogs, I have kids. There is a lot of noise happening right now that you probably can't tell because of how good the noise suppression is. But that also means that it's not going to be ideal. So I would not, if you hear the sound like bleed into the microphone a little bit, that is not the game messing up. But I'm going to let you know if I do hear stutters, and then we'll see for issues right there. I also wanted to say on my last stream, if you saw what appeared to be lag, now definitely there is lag that we saw happen, but if you see movement-based lag, our live stream software, StreamYard, caps at 30 FPS. We cannot go to 60, unfortunately, for these live streams. And so you might see from time to time that come into play. Although we've been doing 30 FPS on this channel since the start, and it never has really been an issue. But I just I was running my camera at 4K in 30 FPS and definitely lagged out the computer or the camera or something because there were some serious camera stutters and issues, as well as game related. But my equipment here, unfortunately, got in the way a little bit. And so today we're running this at 1080p 30 FPS. So it should be smooth, buttery as far as the content goes. And we'll just report back. So yeah, I saw people referencing my stream as proof that this is a stuttery mess. And it's like, no, the 865 does pretty well, but the emulators weren't optimized. So yeah, we did see some slowdown, of course. Where's my horse? Does my horse follow me, or do I need to go back and get it? I haven't played this game in probably 15, 20 years. Horse? Ah, there's my horse. How do I get on the horse? There we go. Yeah, I like playing with the handheld more. I'm going to remove the controller from the equation. Yeah, I'm not seeing, again, not seeing dips there. What will I be wanting to play on here? You know, as far as the high-end stuff goes, I mean, I really enjoy things like Alien Hominid and for GameCube, and I'm hesitant to show Nintendo stuff. See Russ from Retro Game Core's explanation of why that might be an issue. We're going to have Russ on the podcast tomorrow, by the way, to talk about that situation a little bit, along with Satiric. So join that. It's going to be a special episode. Should we try Simpsons Hit and Run? This is another game I don't think I've ever played before. Battery check. Oh, yeah. So we're at 70%. There you go. What was that? 2% drop? Yeah, exactly, Mont Dog. Dude, I was looking at my Switch today and I was like, I just want to get rid of this thing. I'm personally am very, upset and offended on Russ's behalf. Russ works so hard in this niche, in this sector, to bring you all just, the best guides, the best explanations and reviews. And so it's like, dude, he wasn't showing anything different than any other video. It's just Nintendo is kind of bullying him at this point, targeting him to say, hey, none of you retro tubers, none of you emulation tubers better make videos showcasing our stuff, because look at what happens. 3 strikes and you're out. 2 strikes in the channel already. If he gets one more within 90 days, his channel is just done. And so, he's going to have to get strategic. He's going to have to change up the content. And it's just really, of course, not fair to Russ. And so, we're being cautious over here as well. So far, we have not been the target of Nintendo. We're, of course, a smaller channel. But it is a bad omen of things to come for YouTubers and content creators in general. And so, what? That's just a bummer. And I really, yeah. Man, though, look at those colors. Yeah, Russ has great shaders guides, and he's who I follow for like RetroArch setup and things like that. Sometimes I forget. I've done this so many times, but there's so many little steps you do if you really want to optimize RetroArch that it's just easier to follow a guide. I mean, heck, sometimes I even follow like zoos or my own guides for like when I modded my 35XX last time. I'm like, how do I, what's the steps to get inside this thing again? Oh yeah, and I followed my own guide video. That's another thing to do. Your brain can't hold everything in forever, so it's the same thing on the podcast every week. I kind of forget a lot of the news topics right after the show ends because it's like I hold it and retain it to deliver it to you all, and then I don't need to retain it any longer. And so my brain just says, nope, that's unnecessary. Empty the cache. And then I research up again for the next week. I've never played this game. We are getting a good frame rate on it, though. This is like GTA Simpsons, right? This is kind of the idea. So it wants me to hit Y, turn on the TV. Okay. And I apologize to live chat. It's just me today, and so I'm not able to keep up and read all of your comments, but I will do my best. Can I just take any car in this game? Or do I need... I assume it's like Grand Theft Auto. Hey, I need this. Well, that's my own car. Hey, sorry about that. Oh God, I really am a problem on the road. Oh no, that's gonna cost some money. Hey, ow. Okay, there, there's my gameplay for that. What I really want to play though is I actually really just like Pico 8 too. Like, and this is not 4x3, this is 1x1. But let's see. This is the new P8 Go, and it just works on here. There's no audio lag, luckily. It works really well in Snapdragon chipsets. The P8 Go app is a little hit or miss in other chipsets right now. But it works well on here, and it's great because you can just swipe through different games and just play random stuff. And you can save your games, and I have a video out on it in the last week or so on our channel. Super, super cool. Still has some bugs in its early days on it. Like, if I were to swipe up, it's going to have the audio playing from the other game while I'm playing this one, which is kind of annoying. And it's going to create this cacophony of sound eventually. And so you have to like close the app and reopen it when that happens. But oh no, try that again. Oh no. So yeah, there's Pico 8. The main thing I'm here for is just RetroArch, honestly. Like, there's so much good stuff you can play that's going to be 4.3 retro based. So we really have the gamut here. We could do N64, we could do Dreamcast. So many first-party Nintendo games I want to play right now. Nintendo. Perfect Dark. No. You know what? They're owned by freaking they're with Microsoft now. We can do Perfect Dark, right? Nintendo won't kill us. What are they going to do about it? Shut down our channel? Yeah, probably. Or shut down RetroArch, I guess. Look, see what happens. See what happens. All right, I guess we need to try. Let's try. So I did parallel. Let's do Mupin 64 plus GLS 3. There we go. Now it's happy. And hey, we get achievements. 0 out of 30. I'm a poor excuse for a perfect dark player. To be honest, I usually play this on my Xbox Series X instead because of that sweet, sweet 4K upscaling. Yeah, and it's really divisive on the look. I know people are saying, you know what, it looks like a toy or it looks hideous. And yeah, I can see that. For me, I think the highlight is going to be the comfort and the screen quality and how the buttons feel. But it's not the prettiest thing they've ever made. That is indeed the case. Um, and I do think that the black front plated models are going to look better because this screen is going to blend in with the glass. I'm going to scroll back up through the comments and see if I missed any good requests that I should be doing here. While this loads, give me a second. Thanks for waking up from your old man nap, the hungry boys. The hungry boys, I like that. Hello, Dexano from Discord. Yeah, be careful with those Nintendo games. Absolutely. Can you do some Sega Saturn or something with 6-button layout? Sure. I think I loaded a Saturn core. We could do a little Saturn. Let me star that one for a little while from now. How about that? Don't skip to the money shot. I want to see those 8 and 16-bit games with that D-pad. Absolutely. Show off your mini. What's inside? God of War on PSP. Sure, we can take a look at that one in a little bit. Why no DuckDuckGo browser? You know what? I'm a simpleton. I use Microsoft Edge, but I turn off all the tracking and AI stuff, extra stuff. Yeah, it can play Flappy Bird. Yeah, it's funny. So many people also are saying like, "Oh, it's too small. It's way too small. It's tiny. This is atrocious. How could they?" Did we all forget that we've been playing on 3.5-inch screens on these like vertical handhelds, retro handhelds in the last 5 years? And most of Retroid's consoles classically have been that 3.5-inch size until they started doing the widescreen ones. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. However, in contrast to how big the bezel is and how big the body is, yes, it appears too small. That I would agree with. But this is actually 0.2 inches bigger than most of these devices we've been using. And so I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me. I'm like, well, but it is for me, for my eyesight, I definitely need to wear glasses with this because the text in Android at this higher screen resolution is going to make the text teeny tiny, as you saw with like the FPS readout and things like that. And so for my eyes, this is on the cusp of being too small as well. On the cusp. But because of how comfortable it is and how damn pocketable it is, this is probably going to become my mini everyday carry because how can you beat the OLED screen on here? Before this, I've been using the XU Mini M a bunch, which has an even smaller screen, and it's just very pocketable. But I mean, this just blows everything in the mini sector out of the water. Absolutely. This is my ultimate mini until another one comes along. But for the moment, I mean, this gets it done. So I'm happy with that. I saw you tried to run Dead Cells. Does it run well? Yeah, it does run well. We can play that as well. Let me star that. Contra test. Sure, we can do the Contra test. That's fine. I don't think you'll need a grip for this, to be honest. I mean, I'm going to order the back shell to see what it's like, but I am very happy with the ergonomics and the feel as it is. All right, ADHD kicking in here. The game's becoming too slow. Yeah, let's close it. I mean, the game is becoming boring is what I meant. There's no guys to shoot. Shoot, shoot, bang, bang. Skeet, skeet. Every day. With the joysticks, if you're going to do a lot of like FPS stuff, yeah, then you might run into some cramping. I've mostly been just doing, and I love that the D-pad's up top, by the way, because this screen is going to be best for retro content. I mostly just been doing platforming in games that are going to be D-pad centric. And so I think this is honestly so perfect. The ergonomics are so perfect for that use case. Once you start to add in the sticks a lot, I do think it's going to get a little awkward. And I noticed that in Perfect Dark. It is a little bit awkward to try to get accurate FPS moving around. What if my brain can't talk today? No, come back. But if you're gonna do like left stick, use the left stick a lot. That's been good. Once you start to add in the second stick, and we'll do some testing before I talk out of turn here because I haven't done a bunch of it, but we'll see. One way to hold it if you're gonna do double stick is just hold along the bottom there. No. Oh, the buttons are opposite, right? So if you run into that issue and you want to swap your buttons, you can do that right here under controller style and just say, nope, I want to do Xbox. Null access. PC load letter? What the hell does that mean? I have noticed too, just a bit more bugginess from Android here compared to some other ROMs. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if it's the Retroid's implementation or just Android 10 as these apps and these Android apps continue to progress, that the older versions of Android are going to get a little more buggy. So I don't know what that's attributed to, but I have seen just a little bit more crashing and issues when launching some games for Android. What? Okay. No matter what I choose the wrong thing there. This is what makes live chat special. I get to embarrass myself on camera forever. For all time. No. No. Okay. I'm going to say, okay, there we go. We did it. We did it. We did it. James Tech, would you say this is your favorite pocketable? Yes, this absolutely is my favorite pocketable handheld right now. That is an easy yes. I am a big sucker for OLED screens, and I want to make every screen in my household OLED if possible. Okay, let me get my bearings here. So this is a nice high screen resolution, and yes, again, that means you're going to get tiny text there, and that's kind of difficult to see. And so what I'm going to do is see if we can lower the resolution. I'm hoping they can add in some options for that, lowering the resolution, making the text bigger in Android. But my ultimate, let's see. My ultimate end game with this is going to be Batacera. It's going to be Linux. So Linux on this screen, oh my God. Don't worry about Android and all of its setup and all of its, complications. Hell yeah. You know what? Believe it or not, I mean, the AYN Odin 2 Mini is... Oh, no. Was the champion before this one. I might. I think I might ditch my Odin 2 Mini in the end and use this. I know that one plays more, it's more powerful, but at that point I'm like, why not step it up to like a Steam Deck or x86, like the Ally X if you want. If your goal is the ultimate most powerful device, you know, and those aren't mini or anything, maybe a 1X Fly, but you know, that's kind of my takeaway there. It's tough. There's so many of these handhelds that come out so frequently. As a YouTuber and a content creator, you never really get a chance to settle into one device for very long because the next thing's there and, you know, people want to hear about it. So which one ultimately, personally, am I going to keep using long term? I can't say yet. So far, though, this is the sort of ultimate mini for me. And we're going to see what the RP5 is like, but let's do that contra test while we're in here. Okay. Pivot to the right, pivot to the left. And when you go all the way, you have to go until it clicks a little bit, and then you'll feel it start to go to the diagonals. But yeah, no, that is excellent response from the D-pad. Come back here, Power Up. Give me that thing. Oh. No. No. Let's see, what's... What was the other request? PSP, God of War. We're just hopping all around today. This is going to be all over the map. We'll figure it out with timestamps later. Okay. Am I that ridiculous that I did not include God of War in this SD card? Ugh. Do you have a second request? Look here, look at my games list. Let me scroll through for PSP. Let's max out PSP. The Tony Hawk games traditionally are pretty tough to run. And do I have Outrun on here? Come on, dude. Why didn't you include Outrun? That's pretty standard, right? That's pretty basic. For shame. I must have been in a hurry when I put this together for my reviews some time back. Project 8 is a beast. Somebody wants to see Wii. Yeah, I can set up controls for that. I did get an RP5 as well. It's going to be a GameCube colorway, and should get a review unit early for that too. We'll see. Oh, screen's a little dark there. You know, it's still dark. No. Yeah. Oh. God. No. I love Mega Man so much. I love Maverick Hunter X. Oh, thanks, Michael Benny. Yeah, I gotta do a shout out for Sony WWDD30 for editing that one. He did a great job and got the turnaround time quick. And I sent him the most rushed, unpolished footage, and he made it into gold. Gold, I tell you. No? I'm gonna do a new game. Can you test Bully on PS2? If I have it, yeah, I'll test it. God of War for PS2? You could try that out. I'm not going to do Nintendo for Wii. Yeah, we're going to skip that, unfortunately. Your stream last night had me playing Tony Hawk Underground. Dude, it's such a good game. Such a good game. When is the 406V coming to stream? I'd be happy to showcase the 406V again. Yeah, I know I'm doing heavy Retroid content this weekend, and people are probably going to say, "Oh, he's a Retroid shill." Well, there's two things. One is I really do love the device, and I feel a responsibility since nobody has content out really yet, and you guys are waiting for shipping information. And you probably want to know, last minute, do you want to cancel your orders? And I want to show as much of the device as I can. Retroid launches are just numbers wise, just beyond bonkers compared to every other release. Every time Retroid comes out with something, and Burnick releases stuff so often that I think it's harder for people to get super excited for every release. They have really highlights like the SP and like the 406V and things that do move the needle there that bring in a lot of interest. But Retroid is definitely on another level around here. And I mean, as far as like growing our channel and growth goes, yeah, this is definitely hot content right now. And so I'm on that side of things for promotion of our own channel, also going to show a lot of the Retroid stuff right now. And it's not that much extra work on my part because I'm playing this a lot this weekend anyways. So I'm like, well. But today will probably be the last video you see for a little while. You'll see the rest of the videos, a deep dive most likely from Derek on our channel. You'll see Zoo's video. You might see a video from Dan, and then a lot of written content from our team there. But I don't want to hog all the all the Retroid love on our channel, and I want to make sure the other creators get a chance to get out great content and make sure that they get love. So this will probably be the last Retroid Mini video for me you're going to see for a while, as the other guys get their units in this week. So doesn't mean that you won't see more again on our channel. Just wait a few days. And plus, Russ is going to be releasing his review in the next day or two, and then Rob, the Retro Tech Dad. And I want to make sure those creators get a chance to get highlighted and spotlighted. All that to say that, I don't know, I enjoy these live streams. It's been a while since I've really gotten in the flow of doing these. And the other one was so much fun the other night. Like, why not just throw one together and just hop on here? The parts that takes me the longest when setting these streams up is just making the thumbnail. You want to make it bright and make it pop for YouTube, while still, highlighting the device in the right way. And so I agonize over thumbnails sometimes. Usually we have Mr. H of H Talks Tech, who is the GOAT at making thumbnails. But for the live streams last minute, I don't want to bug him. And so I just put it together myself in our Canva. And check my live stream comments here. Yeah, I think it does look nicer than the renders, honestly. I don't know. I like the design personally. Like, it's not nostalgia-wise. Yeah, the RP2S looks a little better, but as far as just a modern handheld goes, I mean, what else could they do? You can make it more squared to be more retro, but I mean, it's very comfortable having it rounded. So this is more of a utilities. Someone who loves the utility of a retro handheld, the comfort factor, all that. This is gonna be up your alley. This is gonna be good. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this because I do want to get caught up on the comments really quick. I don't want to miss anything here. Stubbs use the controller. Yeah. Yeah. We used it earlier. It works. Can we see Persona? So Persona 4 on Vita crashed. I could not get Persona 4 Golden to work. In fact, Vita 3K has been pretty hit or miss compared to other handhelds, and I believe it might be an Android 10 thing. I don't know. The gray, yeah, and it could be my lighting too. I mean, it is nice and bright to my eyes, but to be honest, some stutter at 2x for this game is only accurate to original hardware. Okay, that must have been for Shadow of the Colossus. X to call him. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Netflix. Love your platform. Would love to get one of these, but kind of pointless since I have an Odin 2 Mini. Yeah, but this is going to replace my Odin 2 Mini because it's so lightweight that it's like, well, battery check. Should we do a battery check? We're at 66% mark of the beast. Venus and Braves or Popolocroy on PS2. I might have one of those. Yeah. Do not show Nintendo. Blah, blah, blah. That's right. We did that stuff. Horrible position with your Switch. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What are we talking about here? Video capture card? Oh yeah, 30F. It's StreamYard. It's our platform. It's capped at 30, which usually is fine, but I am going to now, after all the feedback, I'm going to try to start doing my regular videos at 60 FPS. I like the cinematic look of 30, but if 60 is going to be more representative, more accurate, I'm happy to switch to that and try, as long as the cameras can keep up with it. So we're gonna try doing that for videos going forward. We're gonna prefer frame rate over the higher resolution, look that you can get from 4K 30. I don't think I can push 4K 60 on this rig. Okay, almost caught up here. I would adore Shadow Hearts. I'll see if I have it. Kingdom Hearts, I'll see if I have it. Resident Evil 1 or 2. Saturn version, hell yeah. Yeah, we got to do some Saturn, right? How do I feel about the 4 Pro? I wasn't a huge fan of the 4 Pro in the end. I thought it was fairly uncomfortable unless you use the grip, and the screen really was a turnoff for me. And so while I enjoyed how the performance was and I enjoyed having that wider screen for, I guess, modern stuff, which at that point I'm picking up other handhelds, I don't know, the RP4 never really hit home for me, unfortunately. RP2S was the last Retroid I loved really before this one. And I probably honestly am going to enjoy this more than the RP5. I can already tell you that because of the chipset. You know, you can bump yourself up to the AYN Odin 2 Mini if you're going to be already doing the widescreen thing. But I don't want to, you know, offer an opinion before I've used it because I might absolutely fall in love with that device as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Lots of love from Baja. What's up, Stubbs? Hey, what's up, Chicken Nugget? See how Ape Escape feels. Yeah, let's do some Ape Escape. What's the most we can push it to? We will try. Can it play Switch? Technically, yes, it can play Switch if you use the Android 10 version of Sudachi or one of the others. It's a little bit of a pain to sideload and get all that going properly, but it's possible. I'm not going to showcase it here for obvious reasons. And also on this little tiny screen with the bezels and the extra, you know, everything like we're seeing in Mega Man here, it's just going to make Switch look even smaller. Yeah. Come on, Vile. Aha. See? Sometimes I'm good at games. Come on. Small handhelds are always crampy. And I would say, again, if you're using this with sticks for long sessions, it might get uncomfortable. D pad, no. Oh, Game Pass streaming. Yeah. You know what? I I don't know about Game Pass that I use it on here necessarily. It never scales quite right on 4:3 screens, but I think GeForce Now might be all right. So maybe let me start that and we'll do like GeForce Now testing, which should give us a decent idea. I don't do a lot of streaming on handhelds, believe it or not. I really like to play native whenever possible, but if I do stream, it's always through GeForce Now because it's just fast and reliable. Especially if you get that ultra version, if you pay for that version, you're going to get prioritized servers. It's just very, very reliable. Whereas Game Pass takes forever for me to get into a session, and often it is just kind of funky. So local streaming to my Xbox Series X in the house here, though, that fares well. And then PlayStation streaming. Why does it say paper jam when there is no paper jam? I really do think it's my camera. I mean, here, as far as it looking darker, let me up my lighting even further because it's not accurate to life what you're seeing right now. Unfortunately, it's just doing the right light at 69%. Giggity giggity. Left one, we're gonna go all the way to 100. Okay. How's that look? That looks like what my eyeballs are seeing. Okay, so this is the actual color of the device. Now this is I should have started with the lights up that bright. Yeah, look at that. So this is what my eyeballs see. No Mega Man. Downside of that, now we got to turn the screen brightness up. And again, if you start to hear the game audio and it's kind of coming in and out and stuttery, that is my noise suppression. Yeah. All right. We don't want to spend too much time on one game, right? PSP is not what I'm going to be playing on here. Let's be real. It's going to be 4.3 content mainly. People really want to see PS2. Let's oblige. Ape Escape was one. Now, we did this one the other day too, but we can play a little bit more so you can get a better sense of that second stick. Am I embarrassed of the camera? Dude, I'm always embarrassed and nervous, believe it or not. Yeah, you never quite get comfortable with this medium, for me anyways. Like, I keep doing it because I'm, as Chris from Retroid would say, I'm a sick F. But I'm a masochist for pain, humiliation, and and angry Reddit comments. I don't know. It does feel good to share this like passion with you all, and hopefully this gets out to a wider audience and gets them into just the fact that these older games, were so much better. Like, this is when games really had a lot of passion and the teams behind them weren't focused on microtransactions and loot boxes and a little bright. Let's take this down a bit. But yeah, I still get nervous every episode of the podcast beforehand. I'm nervous right now. I don't want to do something dumb or say something dumb. But I don't know. What else am I going to do? Sit in my head on my couch, playing something and worrying or stressing about something else? Might as well be making content while I'm stressing. So this niche is perfect for the neurotic out there. Let's see. There we go. Buttons again are different. Ooh, double jump. I like that there's front firing speakers too. Very, very clear audio. You already told me that. Come on, lady. It'll take micro SD card. Yeah, so it takes micro SD cards up to 1 terabyte. Should be fine, even potentially 2 terabyte. You just made me love you, Stubbs, being a huge OLED fan. Yeah, you know what? OLED gang, rise up. Let's do it. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Mr. Floyd. I got to play you a special video. Thank you.
That's stern but fair.
Thank you, Zoo. Yeah, we talked about Russ's channel earlier. Simpsons Hit and Run did run well. How's the latency feel? Input lag is important. Absolutely it is. Yeah, and so Android has that classic kind of meme about it where, you know, people are... there's my plant. Where people talk about input lag. It's not something I traditionally notice on Android versus Linux. And so, you know, unless we want to get crazy cameras out and do slow motion testing, I might not be the best judge of that because I don't notice it. You can, I guess you can see, and people were saying there was input lag, but I believe what they're seeing is the camera's 30 FPS limit here. I mean, it's super responsive. It's super, 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 super responsive. Can it run GameCube? Yes, it can. And yeah, thank you for the super chat as well. Thank you. What should we do next? Could you turn off the joysticks? Yeah, so the joystick lights are just right there in the menu. There you go. No joystick lights. You want to change the joystick lights? There you go. Whoa. Do yellow. Maybe yellow is a little bit more vibey for the stream here. I like getting really dim lights, like just a little accent, you know? And they are going to affect battery life a bit, so realize that. If you want the best battery life, just turn the lights off. We're at 64%, speaking of the battery right now. Let's see if I have any of those other PS2 games that people wanted. We do have Bully. Let's do PS2 God of War. How about that? I don't have God of War right now for PSP. We can do Crystallis. Yeah. You need a really good D-pad for Crystallis. Okay, we can take a look at that. You know what my favorite NES game is for D-pad testing? Captain Skyhawk. I want to test that next. My thumbs have not been obstructing the speakers, but my palm, if I were to go like that, would. But I don't hold it like that. I hold it like this. And so, no, I wouldn't say it's being obstructed. I don't know. Yeah. Long way to say shill. Yes. Yes. I do love this handheld. Sure. I'm a big shill. I don't know. I will take any excuse to knock it if I can. I don't like to sound like a shill, but you know, the SD card, that's an issue. Wish this was 4 inches. And while we're at it, if we're doing a wish list, sure, I'd like better than a Snapdragon 865 chip. There you go. Get yourself an AYN Odin Mini 2. Ooh, I love Black. Yeah, that's a great game. I don't have the 60 FPS patch here. Okay, so we're running God of War here 2 at a 1.75x resolution. And we can play Black. I like this better than the RP4 Pro and the RP4 by a long shot. I did not use my RP4 beyond like maybe the few weeks or so I had it during testing. The screen is what really turned me off from that device in the end. And just the ergonomics for my hands. That and the RP3 and the RP3 Plus, that whole line of widescreen Retroid devices just was not comfortable for my use. So I'm very excited for this one. This one's right up my alley. You could be like GMM and change the thumbnail 6 times a week. Who's GMM? We don't really do thumbnail changes too often. We do A/B testing with YouTube's built-in thumbnail tester. So it'll show people, one thumbnail for some, another thumbnail for others, and then whichever one wins in that test is the one we go with for the final thumbnail. Now, I do a lot of title changes in the videos. If the video is not doing well or it's not finding its audience, usually change the focus of what the title is saying. Like, what's the video actually about? You want that title to reflect exactly what people are going to be watching in the video. And if you're not getting that quite accurate in the title, people are just going to click off when they go into the video. And so sometimes I'll have to go through 3 or 4 title changes in the first few days, and then it settles and I just leave it. But titles are always the toughest for me. I can never quite figure out, okay, how do you summarize this device, what the video is in 64 characters or less? Because if you go beyond 64 characters, you get dropped in the algo, and you're not going to, it's just too much text to read for people. Come on, there we go. But no, this is running well so far. In fact, we could push this up. Let's push it up to a 2.5x. Look for the red there. The text is too small to read. Let's get some more enemies on the screen. Okay. What is it? Press and hold R2. Oh, R2 to open chests. There we go. Okay. All right. Hey, Hector. I really appreciate you becoming a member. That is really cool. Was my question answered? I do not know your question, but feel free to ask it again. Just looking at the live chat here again. 30 hurts my eyes. Okay, well, again, for the non-live streams, we can try 60, so. If you cover Y and B with your left thumb, are you knocking into the joystick? No, it's, I have the biggest thumb on the internet, so, this is, no, I'm not. If you're hitting B, it just barely brushes it. For my thumb, it doesn't hit it. So no, I would say there's enough clearance there. Yeah, right thumb. I gotcha. I could do my left thumb. Would it be funny if I played like that? Maybe some shmups. Performance, I'm feeling noticeably better than the RP4, yes. Very pocketable. What was the super chat video? That's AI Stubbs. Michael Benny made that for me. He took my picture and made me dance in this robotic AI. I am a human. I'm not a robot. For the final time. No, I didn't think Odin 2 had input lag, no. And so if you did, probably, again, I'm not the right person for the question. I still want to play Wave Race 64. There's not enough buttons. Let's do Wave Race 64. Devil May Cry 1 or 2. We can take a look. Teardown, teardown, teardown. Wasn't there already a teardown video out there? We don't need 2 teardown videos, but I'm always scared to open Retroids too. I always snap the clips that they have along the sides. Maybe this one's different. This one's going to need teeny tiny screwdriver. Wi-Fi's been solid. I've used it. I mean, right here, I don't have the perfect. I'm a little bit isolated in here. I don't have perfect line of sight or anything for my Wi-Fi. And that's been working well. But we're going to do the real test by GeForce Now. And yeah, slightly more powerful than the RP4 Pro. Sega Rally, I might have that. I think the Beetlecore on RetroArch is what I'll use, though. That's my preferred one. That's what she said. I don't know what I said to bring that on, but hell yeah, brother. Lots of comments. I'm still getting caught. I'm still like an hour, half an hour behind on chat here. Yeah, I'm allowed to tear down. I have no restrictions on this. Retroid David just said, you know, it's on the way, and that's about it. We haven't spoken since, so. No, I'm not a hacker, man. I haven't unlocked the bootloader. Okay, I'm caught up in chat. I'm finally caught up. I'm real time with chat now. Wave Race 64 is Nintendo copyrighted. Yeah, well, that's true. I don't know. I've been showing it a lot lately. I might still do it. Hey, cheers, Tony. NBA Street Volume 2. I'll see if I have it. Which system was that for? Oh, PS2. Okay. Not going to do Switch. Not going to do Switch today. It is possible, but it's going to require some side loading and some kerfuffles. I wanted to do Captain Skyhawk, and let me just save myself some time here. Change the file browser to start in my ROMs directory. That would make sense, right? Yes. Yes. There we go. Much happier. We'll get a front end going on here eventually. In the Retroid launcher, built-in front end. I don't want to showcase that because they have a new one that's coming, and it's not ready yet. So we'll wait and show it when that is ready. And then also, I do want to do a video in time as soon as Batacera Linux, but that's probably a month out or so. So this is my personal D-pad test game. Captain Skyhawk is such a pain. It's a difficult, crazy game, and you have to be so accurate with your D-pad. Get the brightness down a little bit. That's better. See what I mean? See what I mean? You veer off course at all? Oh man. You can't touch the mountains. You can't touch the mountains, Stubbs. All right. I'm just getting in my flow here. No. So if I were recording this for a video, I'd play it through like that 3 or 4 times till I start to get comfortable, and then I hit record. Or then I use that take. So it looks like in the videos I'm a little bit better than I probably am, because the ones before that are just warm up. But on the live stream here, the benefit of joining these is you get to see the process all the way through. There we go. Now I'm ready to play the game. Okay, we're at the level boss. There's a flow to this game to avoid these bullets. Everything's timed just so. Okay, now we gotta get the centerpiece. Boom. This is Captain Skyhawkable. CRT shaders will work just fine. I don't actually use shaders or filters. I like to have raw pixels, even if it's going to be chunky. No, I haven't done Shadow Hearts so far. I have that starred, though, so we'll take a look. Better than Odin 2 Mini? I wouldn't say better. No, I wouldn't say better. Odin 2 Mini, the software is a little bit more, quite a bit more optimized, I would say. This is going to be getting OTA updates to address things, adding maybe the Toolbox app so we can get a little bit more in the weeds with the settings. But as of now, Android 10 is just a little bit buggy. So and Captain Skyhawk here, we'll need to do some overscan so we don't have those black bars. What was the other NES game? Crystallis? It's not a game I'm real familiar with. We had it for Game of the Month before. And if you want to see how to fix the those side black bars, you go into the core options here. System. No, wait, that's not it. Was it video? Yeah, video. Left overscan. So this is what you want to do here. Probably is going to go straight to a 16 pixel on both left and right. And let's see where that lands us. And this also might be running in its native 8x7. I think that's a thing, right? Make sure that we're in 4.3. Let's see if that fixes our issue. There we go. And actually, we don't need the overscan now. It was an 8x7. Crystallis, though, as far as I remember, is a game that does need some overscan. So let's... Yeah, see, we're going to need it on the left. You see that? Let's do a little fast forward action. Ah! See what it does? See what it does? I think that's a Crystallis thing. And so you do want to go in here and say, I think an 8x overscan is what fixes it. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Oh, we're getting the left and right. So we do want to do a 16 on both in the end. Okay, well. How about 12? Now let's just do the full 16. I hate seeing those. There we go. There we go. See? It's so much cleaner. Oh, now it's on top. You got to do it up top too. You try to aim for good. Sometimes good is better than perfect here. Do you want to waste all day tinkering? Because that's what we do in this hobby, right? We just tinker. When do we actually play the games? First, we make them look perfect. And then by the time we're done with that, we're tired and ready for a nap. And then we go do something else and make a sandwich. Such is the cycle. And then you come back to it, you know. I'm hungry for lunch now. Actually, I haven't even had breakfast. What is wrong with me? Must fuel myself. Take care of yourself and each other. That's what I always say, right? Take care of, or no, take care of your handhelds. Don't take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And take care of your handhelds. But yourself be damned. That's the message, right? No, you should take care of yourself too. That should be first. Put on your mask first before your oxygen mask first before you put it on your Retroids. Linux and Portmaster is going to be nuts on here. I really hope that happens. I hear you on NBA Street. We'll see if I have it. I hear you. I hear you. You said Pico 8 Go is on iOS in your other video. Oh, it's coming, but it's not actually out yet. See, I don't have an iOS device right now. That was something our writers mentioned to me. Like, hey, mention that it's on iOS. So I actually have not... I guess it's not out yet. I'll have to add a pinned comment. Thank you for that. I doubt it can play Quest 64. Well, let's find out. Let's get out of RetroArch. How about that? And do. What do we want to do here? Yeah, let's go to the start. I got 23 requests here. God of War PSP I can't do, but we did God of War for PS2. We did Dead Cells already. We did the Contra test. Thank you, Mr. Floyd, for the super chat. Any issues compared to the 4 Pro might side grade? Beyond a little software wonkiness in this early build here, and of course the SD card on my particular unit, just that it's not flush with that thing there, and the screen could be a little bit bigger. You know, you're definitely gonna notice the smaller screen compared to the RP4 Pro, but everything else, yeah, I think it's a good side grade. To me, it's an upgrade. But good question. You want me to play Wii? I was going to leave that for Ironclad Cobra. He mentioned he was going to do it, but I haven't seen it from him yet. And so, don't want to step on the other creators' toes too much. But yeah, we can do some Wii. I just need to set up the controls real quick like. I only have a couple Wii games on here, so we're going to be doing... I love Klonoa. I love Klonoa. Let's do that. Make sure I get my controls set up. I wish that this had, like, from Aether, where you could just auto map. I don't do a lot on these devices because I get so annoyed at all the little things you got to do to set up the controls and make sure you get your Wiimote, everything emulated right. I'm like, like I'll set it up enough to play platformers and Klonoa, Mario Galaxy. So we're just going to do a real quick and dirty. This is not the optimized way to set up these controls. Okay, I think we need to set up that and then the nunchuck extension, right? Yeah. So let's do, and then the control stick. Do that. Oh. Do some shake. Is that enough to get us going? We're going to find out. So let's do a test and look at the fingerprints and smudging on this glass. Nice thing about this glass, the black glass is probably going to be a little bit more obvious, but on this glass, you can see it there at that angle. It's not too bad, though. So you can see it, of course, a little bit over here, a little schmaltzy over there, and Okay, there you go. There you can see some of it showing up. Maybe keep a microfiber cloth close with this one. What you doing, Dolphin? Where my game at? Oh, did I turn it off? I turned it off. Are we loading? Are we doing it? So this is mainline Dolphin, latest beta from the Play Store. Let's see if Astro Boy is happier. There we go. Bully for PS2. Okay, there is someone who wanted Bully. Yeah, we can come back to that. Try the Benchmark King God of War. We did! Thanks again, Hector. I'll see if I have Shadow Hearts. Yeah, we talked about Kingdom Hearts. We're going to do game streaming. Black. Wave Race is a maybe. Teardown, not today, my friend. Right, we want to do some Sega. NBA Street. And Quest 64. Okay, so I'm going to try to group these by system. You really, really want your NBA Street. Dude, I will, if I don't have it, I will try to load it and do it on the next one. But let's see. After last night, did you set it up with your own stuff? Yes. So now it's set up with, you know, with my own emulators, of course. And mostly what I'm going to be actually doing on here is just running RetroArch, like a front end plus RetroArch. I just really, this is ideal for my retro 4x3 content. I'm probably not going to spend too much time personally on this higher end gaming stuff, but I know that that's super valuable for you all to see what the performance is like, because that's what you want to do with the device. And so that's important to showcase as well. And so, yeah, we run so far on this one game. An Astro Boy can sometimes be a pain. We're getting 30 FPS, but Wii is not super enjoyable on small form factors to me, and I need lots of buttons to map everything. So I'm just like, go away. Go away. There we go. Thank you. So yeah, before we go back to retro, let's take a look at Black and Bully. And hey, my buddy Kyle's in chat. What's up? What's up, Kyle? Kyle is helping me get my dad bod in shape lately. He's trying to talk me into getting one of those recumbent bikes and some weights and get my cardio going. You know, I'm almost 40. Can you believe it or not? Can you believe that? I'll be 40 next year, so I need to get my body ready for the second half of the run of life. Doing all this damn YouTubing all the time leads to not the best sleep, not the best diet, not the best exercise regimen. Can we fix it? It's never too late. Thanks, Kyle. It's not too late. It's never too late. Yeah, and Kyle's known my thumbs since I was a wee lad. He's always known the power of the thumb. And you all got introduced later in the game. People leave comments on my videos. They're like, nice thumbs, or how'd you get those thumbs, or what the fuck happened to your thumbs? And I always make fun origin stories, but the truth of the matter is I was born with these thumbs. You know, that I wasn't cut off in a freak accident, and they're actually different sizes. Can you believe that? Yeah. Genetics, I guess. I don't know. It makes me really good at bass guitar. I'm slapping the bass. Dude, why are you bullying me? When I get like in fist fight in schoolyard fist fights, I don't even use my hands. I just use my thumb. I just go eh. Could you imagine if I used my whole hand? Unstoppable. Luckily, I don't get in too many fights, though. I think people would be intimidated. They see me and they're like, oh, whatever. They see my thumbs. They're like, oh, my God. Call in the military. Can it handle Red Dead? Well, the original. Yeah, it should be. We've done a lot of F-Zero GX on this so far, and yeah, it was running well. He had... James, yeah, man. Welcome to 40. Everything hurts. But you know what? You just don't care as much about what people think, and so therefore life is a little more enjoyable in a way. You're like, well, you don't need to try. Like, I notice I just don't spend as much time trying to be some particular person, right? You just like, yeah, I am me. I accept my shortcomings, also accept my awesomeness, and let's just mess shit up, you know? Okay, there's Bully. This is actually not another game. All your requests today are games that I typically don't play, and so I don't want to spend too long on them. We could just showcase my noobness. But Black is a game that I absolutely adore. Oh my God. It's just this intro. It takes forever to get through. So that's why we're going to do a little fast forwardy poo. Widescreen patches are terrible on this device. Yes, don't use widescreen patches on this device. It's 4:3. It doesn't need it. Good diet helps a lot. Yeah, I know. So my doctor said, you know what, switch to the Mediterranean diet, and that's what I've done now as best I can. Mediterranean diet, getting in your daily 15 to 30 minutes of cardio exercise, do a little strength with some weights, and then having an accountability buddy like Kyle in your life. Also, other Kyle. Hello, Kyle. Will you be my accountability buddy? I have 2 years to figure out my stuff. All right. Wow, you look great for 39. If you said 29, would have believed it. Aw, you're too kind. You know, luckily, because I'm inside so much, that the sun doesn't slowly degrade my exterior as fast. So that's another benefit of being inside doing these YouTube videos. Yeah, and we have 3 kids. We have 3 kids, 3 dogs. We're doing our best. Bob the Builder. Slap that like. Slap that like. Yeah. I love that movie. I love you, man. I've seen him kill a man with his thumbs alone. You know, what happens in Alaska, Kyle, stays in Alaska. Dude, Kyle and I were trapped. Listen to the first season of our podcast. I recount a tale. Maybe it was second season. I recount a tale of us being stuck in Alaska, you know, for multiple days on end in the middle of a remote wilderness on a lake. There was no... Even our satellite phones weren't working at that point. There were bad storms. Our plane couldn't come pick us up. So we were trapped in the middle of nowhere with bears on a remote island in Alaska. And, you know, toilet paper was running low. So we were fighting over toilet paper. There were 4 of us. And the food had all been eaten. Basically, we were resorted to cooking green beans and sharing. We were having to share the green beans and rationing everything out. But luckily, we all had our retro handhelds with us, and so we were playing. I think Kyle, you were playing. God, what were you playing back then? You were playing Lunar Silver Star Story for PSP, right? You played that on your GPD XD, your red one. Why does my memory remember just these near meaningless little details, but I can't remember other things? I don't know. Anyways, it's part of the good part of being a human, right? Yeah, and then I was playing through Mega Man X at the time for Game of the Month on my, I think also I had my XD Plus with me. That thing had a 12-hour battery life, still does. Just gnarly device. Here's black, and I'm going to have to turn up the contrast. I'm going to turn up the brightness because this game is dark. Anyways, I remember Nate and I, just getting into it, and we were all ready to go home at that point, and we didn't end up having to eat each other. I didn't kill anyone with my thumbs, but it got close. It was touch and go, and then the float plane finally landed to pick us up, and we were very happy to get home to our families. I remember we also had a projector, so we hooked up, running off a power bank, and so we hooked up and watched a bunch of South Park, and what did we watch? Big Lebowski. Blazing Saddles. I remember that was my first time seeing Blazing Saddles. And so we're running at a 2.5x on black here. So let's see. This is the chance. This is the point in the stream where you're going to see it tested to the max. Because I'm going to go to a 3x on this mother. Okay, I'm hearing the fan kick on now. The CPU governor is pushing itself to 100%. I can feel it getting warm. What's our battery like right now? 56%. Okay. Okay, so it's not going to be able to do 3x on black. Let's just call it what it is right now. And that's okay. That's okay. I didn't expect it to. I'm surprised it even did 2.5. But 2.5, we're doing well. And 2.75, let's see. The fan is ramping down. We're not getting red. We're able to do 2.75x on PS2 on black with Nether SX2 with the latest alpha patch. I believe it's 1.8. Slight dip. I would probably be more comfortable at a 2.5x. We're already above the screen resolution now anyways, so there's really no point to this other than to just say because we can. You know what, though? Hold on now. You know what? If you're doing FPS gaming, okay, and here's how I'm gripping it. Right now, it's actually super comfortable to be doing this, and the sticks don't protrude up too high. And so, actually, man, I wish I would have added this to my review. I didn't spend enough time on the sticks. But, oh, man. It's all right. I'm going to make another video soon enough. Batacera comes out. Yeah, this is actually comfortable for because look, you can hold it like that. This is pretty comfortable, and it feels pretty accurate. Never mind that I just died horribly. Mission failed. No. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Do I have NBA Street? Dude, I don't have NBA Street. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. In my next video, okay? I'll ask the other content creators to please highlight that one as well. I do have Shadow Hearts, though. So how about that? Yay, Club Thumb, rise up. What is a Joe Hendry? I don't know. Probably they do a little bit here and there. Ha! Same thing you say when you got big shoes, yeah. I've never played Shadow Hearts before. I mean, I owned it on PS2 because I liked collecting RPGs, but I never really took the time to get into it. And so why don't we, yeah, we'll take a look at Shadow Hearts. Dude, look, dude, this OLED screen though. My God. My good God. Almighty. This AI is pretty good at retro gaming. For one, thank you. And also, I'm 100% human, okay? No base, Derek. I'm a human. And come chat with me at CES, okay? Just feel the fact that I'm three-dimensional, okay? 61 likes. Yeah, come on, Paul. Let's get up to 1 million. Yeah, Kyle. Hey, other Kyle. Ayo. Dude, I love Nightmare Creatures, Nikos. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'd love to have our dogs on here. I actually, in the after show for a podcast, I like to bring in my pups and hang out, but we should do that on camera. Shit, we almost forgot our toilet paper. That was a bummer, dude. We were rationing so hard. It's like, dude, how many squares are you gonna use in there? I'm gonna use 10 squares max. Dude, you better keep it to 5. You better keep it to 5 or someone's gonna be wiping their butt with the leaf. Remember those? We had those, like, it was almost like negotiating for a salary in a job, except for it was negotiating for how many squares of toilet paper you could use in the outhouse. Because, okay, we got 4 full-size dudes, okay? We don't know how long we're going to be trapped on this island. We meant to go for 5 days, but we ended up being there like 8 days. Always be prepared when you go in the wilderness. Bring extra supplies. Yeah, this was outside of Ketchikan, Alaska. And I guess, we were on a lake, not an island, sorry. What do you call that, Kyle? We were on like an inlet. Like if you took the lake to the river, eventually you get to the ocean, but it was pretty much cut off from the main area. I like the graphics in Shadow Hearts, though. This is nice. And we're at a 2.5x here as well. I don't see a reason to go above it. And you beat Silver Star Story during that trip. That's right. And I beat Mega Man. And I actually beat another game. I beat Iridium 3D, I think, for Game Boy Advance, which was like a shmup. A lot of fun. Beating games got us through the anxiety of, are we going to die out here? Oh, that's right. We almost beat South Park for N64. Dude, I'm still at the end of that game. I'm at the very end. I still have my save file, my GPDXD Plus. Remember the turkey gobbles that wake you up in the morning and just have the turkey gobbles from that game? And then you'd wake me up with the unfortunate act of playing Kesha at full blast while we were making our coffee. And then we ended up doing a Kesha lip sync music video at the peak of our madness, at the peak of our insanity. And we still had our whiskey. So we were, of course, singing Bohemian Rhapsody to the mountaintops. What an epic trip, man. We got to do another fishing trip. We didn't even end up fishing very much. I don't even care. We caught some fish. We ate some fish. We lived off the land a bit, but we really ate a lot of green beans. And next time, no more green beans. How about that? Why am I missing? Am I doing something wrong here? Shadow Hearts Masters, teach me how to play this game. 3DO is not a system that I play, but it should emulate just fine on here. I've emulated it quite a bit in the past. It can be my favorite game for 3DO is Captain Quasar. Really the only game I usually play for it. And there's a kind of nice 3D RPG for it. I forgot the name. This is an unfair battle. He gets a freaking scythe, but I get just my hands. There's a 180 of us watching Stubbs play around on a handheld on a Sunday. Ain't this grand? Thank you. Thanks for being here. Where are all the white women at? Well, my family's in the other room, so they're probably waiting for me to finish up here. I'll get out of here pretty soon. Yeah, I don't exactly. It is pretty much a given. And hey, Captain Quasar, there you go. There's a mention. It can crash, sure. I can load it on at some point, but most people aren't looking for 3DO in these videos, so it's something we've kind of moved away from. But I do like emulating Captain Quasar. Yeah, and Winlater I've been trying out too. That's nuts that it even works in here. It's a little small for the screen, so it's not something I'm going to be using. But for testing, it's been interesting. OLED is best LED. Absolutely, Derek. You as well are a screen snob along with me. We like our OLEDs around here. You cannot spare a square. That's right. Technically, it was an island, but we were on a lake. See, I thought it was an island. It felt like we were on an island. It felt very much like we should start drawing on a volleyball. Hey there, Carrie. Yep, I'm actually live. Love video. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. Yeah, let's do some PSX buttons from Sakura Retro Modding. Let's get that on here. Fable via Winlater? Yeah, absolutely. QDEL and micro LED over OLED. Yeah, you know what? If you want your micro LED handheld, do the AYN Odin 2 Mini. You can't beat it. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, this is good bedtime content, right? Okay, all right. Really appreciate that. Mini LED. Yes, mini LED versus micro LED. Sorry, I got those confused. And QLED. They're all very... To me, those three technologies kind of all show as the same thing to my brain, but it's like IPS, the QLEDs, mini LED, micro LED, which is just basically IPS plus to my brain. Very rich colors, don't get me wrong. And then, OLED, and that's it. You can't do OLED. It's hard to beat OLED, anyways. Micro LED is the successor to OLED, basically. Yeah, but is it though? Because you get the blooming, you get the vignetting, and I don't know. I still view OLED as sort of the top dog as far as just consistent black levels across the screen where you're not getting blooming. But I'd like to have more talks about that. I think that's a really cool topic to discuss. To my eyes, it's still not quite there yet. QDEL is the successor to micro LED, respectively. Interesting. I've never seen QDEL. I've seen QLED, QLED. Huh. We're having screen fights in the chat here. This is fun. Yeah, we've been doing FX0 already, so check out my other live stream. I don't want to repeat it here today. And in my review video, I did it as well, although I blurred the footage because Nintendo gonna be Nintendo. OLED is the answer to CRT. There you go. Screen fight. All right, let's get to some more requests before we get out of here. Do I have Kingdom Hearts on here? I do not, actually. No Kingdom Hearts today. Sorry about that. We did Bully. Still need to do Saturn. We did Black. Yeah, okay, we'll skip Wave Race for today. We're going to skip Devil May Cry. We do want to do some Saturn real quick. And you want to do PS1? Sure. Nightmare Creatures is an awesome game. I'm always happy to do games that I'm familiar with. Gets me excited. Very, very excited. Yeah. What was it? Nightmare Creatures. I need to eat some food. Did I seriously not load one of my favorite games, Nightmare Creatures? I don't have it on here. But you know what? I do have my absolute favorite game for PS1, which is Apocalypse. Oh, I got to give it my BIOS files if we're doing PS1. Yeah, okay. So we got to do directory. We got to go BIOS, and we need to set it to my BIOS directory. Where are we at? Nope, that's not what we want. We want BIOS. There we go. I'm going to use this directory. Okay. Save your config. Yep, RetroArch. RetroArch is a beast. It is a beast. Anyone who says otherwise is, I don't know, a nerd. I'm a nerd, so I'm allowed to say it. Okay. Let's do Apocalypse for PS1. That's a good Rumble test, too. I might have Nightmare Creatures on N64 on here, though. I bet you I do. Where are we at? So we're almost at 2 hours. I don't really want to go over, but... So we're going to end here, because I need some food.
Here we go.
So Apocalypse, if you've seen my segments on TechDweeb's YouTube channel for his Retro Roundtable series, this is my favorite retro game, pretty much. And it's a hidden gem. Stars the likeness of Bruce Willis. He did the voiceovers and his catchphrases, and he just basically just kicks ass. And believe it or not, this is running on the Tony Hawk engine, so this was Neversoft's first use of that engine. And then they took this and built Tony Hawk off of it. It's not a wild story. So it started out as this run-and-gun shooter, twin-stick shooter, basically. If I were to set up the DualShock controls, I'd be able to use the stick there for my directions. That's good. Okay. Oh, let's do one more. I bet you have Nightmare Creatures on here. I do. Haha. So we're going to end the stream. I'm going to do Saturn next, and then we're going to do just real quick with GeForce Now, and then we're going to get out of here, okay? And stacked shoulders, absolutely. Yeah, that's really nice to see stacked shoulders on here. Seems like a less grimdark remake of Apocalypse could be popular. I wish that people would give some love to Apocalypse. It's really, I mean, it's a hidden gem, and I've beat it a few times. It's just so much fun from start to finish. Really, really nice. Ignatius D. 100% human. TFT was very upsetting technology. Vita does not do well in here. I showed it off in my other two videos, so watch those. It's a little glitchy and it was very hit or miss, and I couldn't get Persona 4 Golden to work, which it works on pretty potato hardware a lot of the time, so I think it's just an Android 10 thing. I'm not sure. What does it want me to do? Triple strike? There we go. And this game is just very dark. So, no. What did we say next? Oh, yeah, Saturn. We wanted Sega Rally. Do I have Sega Rally? I don't think so. I didn't come prepared for Saturn today. But you know what's a good one is just Panzer Dragoon, because that one can be kind of a pain. Didn't load that one. I rarely do Sega Saturn. We don't have that one either. Let's do Blast Chamber's fun. Battle Arena Toshinden. I like Battle Arena Toshinden. The first game I got with my PlayStation. Let's do the remix. And Beetle Saturn. It says no. Let's try Yabasan Shiro. Dude, bro, come on. I've been saying dude a lot ever since we had the Medal of Honor dev on here last week. He's doubled my dudeology. Dude, bro, man. Saturn. 3D baseball. Actually, this is my favorite baseball game, and I like playing it on Saturn. So, hey. Oh, no. I'm not sure why the Saturn core is giving me trouble. That's interesting. Okay. I think you'd probably be okay if you loaded on the standalone Saturn, and we better do that, because if you want to get this for Saturn, it's important to know if that works. Yaba 2 Pro Beta. While we're in here, the other thing we were going to look at was GeForce. I said, and here's the problem with the small screen. So small. GeForce Now. Sorry about the Vita, though. Yeah. Cannot play Quest 64. Now, we don't know that it can't play Quest 64. I would challenge that. Okay, let me just do this off camera so I don't dox myself yet again. Come on. We can take a look at Quest 64 real quick. Do. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a second. And here's how I've grouped. This is how I group things on Android handhelds, by the way, if you were curious. Kind of similar to how Rust does it, where it's like I'll have my main things I'm going to use. The apps will be out and about. And then I'll do like a tools folder for all the random Android nonsense and apps, tools, utilities. I have my games for Android games, my emulators, and then usually a front end or two of choice right there. Okay. All right, so we're doing Sega Saturn now. Battle Arena Toshinden. remix, right? Yeah. 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 Forgot how awkwardly this game controls, though. Come on. No. Yeah, there we go. That was very close. Okay, there's Saturn for you. Okay, fine. Yeah, Quest 64. I'm sure I have it. Let's go. Fine. 64 Quest. There you go, Burnsy. Hey, Retro GM Eames, how you doing, man? Game Boy modder extraordinaire. Why? For whatever reason, the controls aren't responding on this game. I can't even get a Retro Arch menu. Are you trolling me? Is this some sort of Quest 64 bug? Another game I haven't really played before. Oh, there we go. It just took a minute. Come on, let me out, let me out. Yeah. Get our frame counter on for you. Man, though, yeah. Can't get over the colors. Did I just come out? I just came out of there. We got to go this way, right? This door? Yeah. Yeah. Is this right? Okay. So we're going to play Cuphead through GeForce Now on my middling Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, definitely the noise cancellation. You're probably going to hear my background music a little bit and then near nothing for game audio. Just that's the nature of our live streaming platform, really. I could turn off my noise suppression, but my voice is going to become significantly quieter, and also you're going to hear a lot of noise, static, chaos from my household. So once again, this is on GeForce Now streaming. This is not Switch or Android native, although there is an Android native app that is kind of buggy that does work. No. Try that again. Okay, come on. Come on, Stubbs. Do that. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, everything's happening. No. That one didn't count. Nope, didn't time that right. Let's try one more time. No, one more time. That didn't count. That didn't count. Come on. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm having a good run now. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what it's all about. Oh, yeah. Fourth time's a charm. Let's do this. Let's freaking go. Come on. Come on. No. Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. No problem. A little bit of stutter right there, by the way. Oh, God. Anyways, basically, that's the best I've ever done in that game. Really good job. Okay. I think we can finish this up here now. Let you all get back to your Sundays. Enjoy your Sundays. And let's get out of here. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me on a Sunday here and watching me play some gameplay there. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, we wouldn't mind a share with your friend or relative or your grandmother, anyone you want, librarian, somebody. Say, hey, watch some good retro stuff. And a special thanks to our channel members, patrons, and subs for making this channel possible. First, with RH, start for as little as $3 a month. Don't forget to join us in our Discord to chat and play games. And we'll be on the podcast tomorrow. We're going to feature Russ from Retro Game Core and also Satiric, our buddy. And we're going to be talking about the kerfuffles around Nintendo and all the latest, greatest in handheld news. But until the next one, and thanks again for all your super chats, there's AI Stubbs for you. Until the next one, this has been Stubbs with RH. Take care of those handhelds, everybody. Stay tuned for Russ from Retro Game Core's Retroid Pocket Mini content and Retro Tech Dad's Retroid Pocket Mini content. And take care of each other. Okay, bye.